Now that we're ready to start analysis, these are the materials you'll need. First, a microscope with its camera, a gooseneck illuminator, the analysis datasheet, Raman spectroscopy log, a chain of custody form, fine tip forceps, a probe, a soldering iron set to 275 degrees Celsius, an aluminum Raman dish, and, of course, your sample. Before we begin analysis, we need to find your sample. In the wooden cubbies above the bench, find the drawer with your sample ID. Find the 63 micron and blank sample petri dishes and bring them to the bench top. Then we need to fill out our paperwork. On the shelf above the microscope, locate the metal bin. In the bin, find the corresponding chain of custody form to the sample you're analyzing by matching the sample ID and collection date to the sample ID and date written on your sample petri dish. Here, on the chain of custody form, you'll need to record the analysis date and your start and end time. Now, let's move to the Microplastics analysis datasheet. Using the same information from the chain of custody form, fill in the sample ID, the sample collection month, today's date, your name as the analyst, and your analysis start time. You will fill out this sheet as you analyze your sample. Finally, we need to set up the particle log for Raman spectroscopy. You'll fill out this form as you go, completing the first 5 columns, including the dish number, the circle number, pass versus fail of the hot needle test, particle color, type, whether it's from a 63 micron sample or the blank, and the collection month. Now, let's set up the microscope and the equipment. Most of the assembly will already be done when you arrive, but it's good to check everything. First, turn on the illuminator using the switch on the back of the base, and make adjustments to the brightness as needed using the dials on the front of the base. Then, turn on the camera on by holding down the power button. Place your aluminum dish with the filter paper on the inspection stand. Adjust the eyepieces as necessary for clarity. To start analyzing, make sure the silver knob is pushed in so you can view the filter paper through the eyepieces. Then, begin scanning the filter paper using the grid markers to track where you've been. When you spot something that might be a microplastic, pull the silver knob. That way you can see it on the camera screen for a larger view. Gently poke the material. This can help determine if it's plastic or organic. Refer to the identification guide for more help. If the particle doesn't break, then move forward with probing it with the tip of the soldering iron. Only if the particle melts when probed with the soldering iron do we record it in our datasheet as plastic. To confirm the particle is plastic, we use the hot needle test. Bring the tip close to the particle under the microscope and watch for a reaction. If nothing happens, gently touch it. If it melts, curls, or changes shape, it passes, confirming it's plastic. If it burns, stays the same, or just moves slightly, that means it fails and confirms that it is not plastic. Record passing particles on your datasheet, and then use the photo guide to help identify their type and their color. When judging color, always look through the microscope and not through the camera. Place a tally mark in the correct box for type and color. Some particles we find will be saved for further testing using Raman spectroscopy. For this, you'll need one of the smaller aluminum dishes prepped for Raman analysis. Each one has a piece of double-sided tape numbered with circles from 1 to 20. When you're ready to reserve a particle, use your forceps to gently lift it from the filter paper and place the particle into the first empty numbered circle on the tape. It's helpful to look through the microscope during this process. On your analysis datasheet, record the dish number, the circle number, the particle color, particle type, whether it came from the 63 micron or the blank sample, and the sample collection month. Leave the last 2 columns, Raman ID and percentage, blank. Now, continue analyzing the filter paper until you've checked every section. When you're done, cover both your sample dishes and your Raman dish with aluminum foil. On the chain of custody form, record your name, analysis date, start and end times, the total number of particles in the sample, the total number of particles in the blank, the total number of particles reserved for Raman, and any issues or comments you had. If you're interested in volunteering with us, email Brittany Priebus, and if you're interested in some of our other programs, please visit our website.